Hey guys, head over to the official website, which is now open, patriotunfiltered.com. That's right, guys, patriotunfiltered.com. You can find the official Patriot Angle podcast merchandise on the website. Towards the end of this month into the next month, we're going to have free shipping. That's right, guys, free shipping with Patriot1 promo code. That's right, guys. Enter Patriot1, the number 1 promo code, and you'll get free shipping. So head over to patriotunfiltered.com for your official podcast merchandise.
Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast.
You know, folks, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming with the vax mandates. I knew Joe was gonna try to, kind of sneak it in there the last second, right? We knew it. We knew it was coming. We knew the mandates were coming. I mean, he's been praising this thing since he's taken office. By July 31st, he's going to have the whole country vaccinated. That was his deadline, right? Well, it didn't work out then. Fast forward a month and a half later, we're in the month of September already. And guess what, folks? Guess what? DEFCON 2 under Joe Biden. Literally now mandating mandatory mandates on now private businesses. Yeah, any private business must be vaccinated or show some type of proof that they're not ill to literally work there. Can you believe this crap? Can you believe this crap? You think I'm making it up? Oh boy, you got to check this out. Earlier tonight, guys, the president literally laying out his plans on how he intends to literally orchestrate this new nationwide mandate. Oh boy, if this is not going to stir you up, folks, I don't know what is. Check this out, guys. This is crazy. Crazy.
With nearly 80 million eligible Americans who have not gotten vaccinated, many said they were waiting for approval from the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. Well, last month, the FDA granted that approval. So, the time for waiting is over. This summer, we made progress through the combination of vaccine requirements and incentives, as well as the FDA approval. 4 million more people got their first shot in August than they did in July. But we need to do more. This is not about freedom or personal choice. It's about protecting yourself and those around you, the people you work with, the people you care about, the people you love. My job as president is to protect all Americans. So tonight, I'm announcing that the Department of Labor is developing an emergency rule to require all employers with 100 or more employees that together employ over 80 million workers to ensure their workforces are fully vaccinated or show a negative test at least once a week. Some of the biggest companies are already requiring this. United Airlines, Disney, Tyson's Food, and even Fox News. The bottom line, we're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated coworkers. We're going to reduce the spread of COVID-19 by increasing the share of the workforce that is vaccinated in businesses all across America.
Guys, if this is not about freedom or personal choice, what the hell is? What the hell is? Why are they pushing this vaccine? What the hell is behind this vaccine? Why are they pushing it more and more and more? Something's not adding up. Something is not adding up, and this administration is not telling the American public why they are pushing this crap more than ever. Have you noticed that, folks? More of your freedoms and your liberties are being stripped away literally day by day. Did you hear what the president just said? This is not about freedom or personal choice. If it's not about freedom or personal choice, what is it about then? See, that's the thing that they're leaving out. They're not telling you what it's about. Folks, are we ever going to understand what this is truly about? What the vaccine is all about? The president earlier tonight ordered a widespread mandate, now going to private businesses of employees of 100 or more that are now required to show proof of vaccination or proof that they're not sick in order to work. So if somebody does not want to get vaccinated or does not want to go along with going through the procedure to prove that they're not sick, they can't work. If this is not going to put people unemployed, I don't know what is, folks. This president is not only destroying the democracy and the foundation of this country, he is going to bankrupt everybody. Everybody. He is destroying the foundation of this country, folks. He says it's about protecting yourself and those around you. If somebody doesn't want to get a vaccination, if they don't want to get the fucking jab, they shouldn't be forced to get it. Remember the words, folks. My body, my choice. I think everybody should make that a hashtag. I think it is already a hashtag. That's a hashtag already, right, Producer Josh? Yeah. That hashtag, my body, my choice. Let's make that hashtag go viral because it's about our health choices, folks. It's about whether you want to get it or not. It's your choice. We have that choice here in America. We should not be lectured every single day by Biden and others for refusing to get the vaccination. It's our choice. It's not the federal government's. It's not the CDC. And it's definitely not the World Health Organization. It's not anybody's choice besides our own choice. It's our choice and no one else's. And then he goes on to saying that the president said that he understood why vaccinated Americans were angry about continued rise in cases around the country. Oh, he understands. Many of us are frustrated with the 80 million Americans who are not vaccinated, Biden said. I don't give a shit if they're frustrated, angry, or upset. Who cares? It's my freedom. It's my personal damn choice if I don't want to get vaccinated. My choice, not anybody else's. Folks, it's getting bad. It's getting bad. We are seeing tyranny literally coming out of this administration. We are seeing this country transform into a full socialist regime. This president is transforming this country into something else entirely. The other day he was talking about a federal vaccination mandate on all businesses with 100 or more employees. I didn't think it was going to go to this level. I did not think that he was going to rule out what he ruled out earlier tonight in his speech. I did not think he was going to go this level. This is insanity, folks. Insanity. Literally insanity. This is crazy. Chaos. Folks, we have 3 years, 3 more years under this president. God willing, if we last to 2024, I can almost completely see crisis, insanity at historic highs in the next 3 years under this president. I don't even know where we're going to be as a country in the next 3 years, let alone where we are right now in 2021. Folks, this is chaos. This is craziness. Craziness. President Biden is turning into a modern day dictator. Craziness. And then, oh God, did you see him go on, what was this? He gave a speech against unvaccinated Americans just earlier today. Angry Joe Biden rages against 80 million unvaccinated. Your refusal has costed us, he's saying now. Oh God, you gotta listen to this. Producer Josh, can you pull up that article? Okay, here it is right here on my footnotes here. Okay, President Joe Biden delivered an angry speech against unvaccinated Americans earlier today, threatening additional measures to make them get the coronavirus vaccine. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin. Your refusal has cost all of us, Biden said during a speech from the White House earlier today. And then the president goes on, repeatedly voiced his frustration with the nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated, blaming them for the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Remember, he said it just a few months ago? He actually said it. I actually plugged in that soundbite going back, a few episodes, saying that this is the pandemic of the unvaccinated. Yeah, his words, not mine. Actually said that. He's calling this pandemic the pandemic of the unvaccinated. He's saying that unvaccinated Americans are costing people to die. Folks, do you understand what is going on in this country? Do you understand that we are being transformed into another country? Do you understand what's going on right in front of your eyes every single day? Every single day. And then he goes on to saying in his speech that he specifically sided with the vaccinated population. Many of us are frustrated with the nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated, even though the vaccine is safe, effective, and free, he said. First of all, the free part, folks, nothing's free in this world. If you haven't figured that out, you are just blinded as the person next to you. Nothing is free. If it's free, it's coming from some type of source, whether it's your taxes, whether it's your income tax, whether it's your escrow tax, whatever tax it is, state tax, federal tax, it's coming from a source of income. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. And then he says the vaccine is safe and effective. Okay, show me one case of anybody in this country that's taken the vaccine and lived to tell the tale. Because I just seen a clip, right? We seen a clip, right? Right, producer Jess? We seen a clip that came in on my panel, on my blog the other day from a listener that actually posted this, okay? And I'm not saying the name for privacy issues because I never do that to my listeners or followers that listen into the show. From somebody that listens to the show, my show, from Dublin, Ireland, okay? I got a huge fan base in Dublin, Ireland, okay? That posted a picture of nearly 22,000 vaccinated individuals from Ireland that are now dead. The vaccine has costed the lives of 22,000 people in the area of Ireland and the surrounding area of Dublin. Okay? Now, the vaccine that these people were taking in Ireland, in Dublin, is the same type of vaccine that they're offering here in the States. The Moderna, Johnson & Johnson. I think there's another vaccine, right? Right, Josh? Yeah. Those three vaccines are the same vaccines that are being administered in the other countries. 22,000. Where was mainstream media on that? Where was the mainstream media on that? Nowhere. Underneath the rug. Tucked under the rug. Just like they tuck everything under the rug. Why? Because they don't want you to know. I'm telling you, folks, there's something behind this vaccine of why they're pushing it. And they're not going to tell you. And they're still questioning, saying that the unvaccinated, why are people not opposed to this virus? Like they have some type of hybrid immune system. No, because we don't pop pills and we don't do drugs and we don't drink heavily. We eat correctly and we exercise. There's the magic behind it all. That's why people are immune to this. Because one, they're not getting the vaccine and they're building up their natural immune system. It's called natural antibodies in your body. The ones that got the vaccine, do you know why those people are dropping dead, folks? Okay? Not trying to be up mean or, not trying to show heavily criticism on their behalf, but they're dropping dead because they're clogging their arteries and their bloodstreams, especially their red blood cells, with this poisonous crap in these vaccines. I'm not taking no fucking experimental drug in my body. I don't know where this was created. Still, to this day, they're not telling you what the hell is in this crap. So you're going to trust people to give you a jab in the arm when you don't even know what's in the jab, in the needle itself. Yeah, okay, good luck with that. That's like telling you, okay, if you jump over the Brooklyn Bridge, chances of you living are slim to none. But go ahead and jump anyway because we think you'll make it. Folks, that's insanity. Are you going to do it? No. Common sense is going to strike the brain and you're going to say, well, if I jump the Brooklyn Bridge, I'm probably going to die because chances are slim to none that I'm going to survive. Right? Where has common sense gone? Where has it gone? I think it's gone out the window. Literally. And then on top of that, oh boy. And on top of that, Biden also called out Republican governors for trying to block the vaccine, the testing, and the mask mandates around the country. Yeah, there's a lot of Republican governors that are standing up for us, patriotic citizens. They're standing up for us. They're trying to block the vaccine. They're trying to block the testing. And they're trying to block the mask mandates in their states and their areas of region. Biden's blaming them for working to undermine supposedly Biden's fight against the virus. Yeah, he's trying to fight the virus. Yeah. And then he goes on to saying that these pandemic politics, as I refer to, are making people sick, causing the unvaccinated people to die, he said. Biden said he would use whatever powers he could use as a president to fight state governors and their laws. If these governors won't help us beat the pandemic, I'll use my powers as president to get them out of the way. Oh yeah, you're going to get them out of the way? That sounds like almost like a tyrant to me, right? I'm going to use my powers as president to get them out of my way? Yeah, that's a tyrant, folks. Yeah, that's a tyrant type of president. Needless to say, tyrant words being spoken at dangerous levels. And then he goes to say that Biden also said, folks, that unvaccinated Americans were a distant minority who were trying to keep us from turning the corner on the coronavirus pandemic. Oh yeah, we unvaccinated Americans, and anybody that chooses to be unvaccinated, because that's their choice, it's their health choice, it's their constitutional health choice to be unvaccinated to begin with. It's not the government's choice, it's their choice because it's in the Constitution. Okay, it's not a political thing. People are unvaccinated for many, many reasons, and that's their choice. Can't change their mind. We live in a constitutional republic. Remember that, folks. We don't live in a socialist country, even though that they're trying their best to turn this into a socialist country. Okay? We still live under a constitutional republic. And what is a constitutional republic? A constitutional republic is a nation or a country that has constitutional laws. That's what makes this country so different from any country in the world. We have laws and we have liberties and freedoms, and we will practice by those three terms of constitutional words to protect us. It's simple as that. Simple as that. They can try their best, okay? Biden and the radical left can try their best. They can try real hard, real hard to literally try to turn this country into a socialist regime. But you know what, folks? The more patriots that stand up and fight this tyranny from the far left, that's the way we can get back to normalcy, return to a constitutional republic as a country, and literally get rid of this socialist nightmare. Be right back, guys, right after these words.
Welcome to the Flash Finds Podcast, the world's fastest podcast where we explore how Facebook can help you with the stuff you're into. I'm your host, Emma Rogue, and today I'm with creator and home decor guru, Julie Souza. Julie, what's your number one tip?
So if you're into home decor, I would suggest looking into Buy Nothing Facebook groups. It's a great way to explore your style, all for free.
Ooh, we love free stuff. Thanks, Julie. See you next time on the Flash Finds Podcast, all about discovering the stuff on Facebook you care about. Bye.
100% online wouldn't work, but we went to work, building an experience that lets you shop over 17,000 cars from home, creating a coast-to-coast network to deliver your car as soon as tomorrow, recruiting an army of customer advocates to make your experience incredible, and putting you in control of the whole thing with powerful technology. That's why we've become the nation's fastest growing retailer, because our customers love it. See for yourself at Carvana.com.
The new flavor is in production as we speak. We've been hyped about this for months, and the time is finally here. So let's go check it out. In here. This Galaxy Burst. This flavor has a burst of candy with a hint of tart, leaving your taste buds begging for more. It's fruity and creamy, yet sweet and tangy. After months of testing and formulation, this Galactus flavor is sure to take over the galaxy. Now let's give it a try. So good.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, time to go.
RaiseEnergy.com.
Hey guys, I want to give a big shout out to Mike Soley. He'll be on our show this upcoming Tuesday as a special guest. He'll be appearing on the Patriot Angle podcast here, giving us his personal views of his political views and other views as well. Looking forward to having him on my show this upcoming Tuesday evening, which will be launched everywhere, including Spotify, Apple, and Google, and others, or anywhere you hear a podcast for that matter. Check us out on Tuesday evening with special guest Mike Soley on the show. See you then.
Mike Gardner, a host like no other, unscripted, unfiltered, raw.
You know, folks, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. If people are not literally attacking one another with this COVID hysteria, if they're not criticizing, I'm finding them to be full of being a hypocrite. And we know where the true hypocrites are, folks, okay? Because I want to plug in now a leftist show. Everybody knows ABC's The View are nothing but hypocrites, okay? This show, folks, is literally blaming now Governor DeSantis, okay, from the great state of Florida on COVID deaths in his state. Okay, Whoopi Goldberg even saying on the show that he should be criminally liable for people dying in his state because of his banned mask mandates. Folks, that's his state. If he wants to govern his state on the way he believes that he should govern his state, that's his political choice as a governor. Okay, you can criticize the governor, you can blacksmith the governor, you can do all this stuff that you want to do with the governor. Okay? You can yell at him until the cows come home. Okay? That's his choice, his political choice. Now, is the far left going to like that? No, they're going to whine, they're going to bitch, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Folks, it's not about health, it's not about trying to save people, it's about political messaging. They're nothing but hypocrites, folks. They're talking about, oh, masks save people and we should be vaccinated and social distance. We seen all that shit last year, did we not? Look at The View right now. Are they wearing masks? Are they 6 feet away from one another? No, Whoopi and the other co-host there, Pierre, they're less than 6 feet away. I don't have a tape measure, but I mean, clearly they're like, what, Josh, right? They're 3 feet? Yeah, Josh is telling me, giving me the heads up. Yeah, 3 feet away. Yeah. Hypocrites, folks. Hypocrites. Check this out. Yeah, it's all about health, right? It's all about saving people. If it's about health and saving people, why are the people on The View not wearing their masks? Why? Oh, I dare to ask the question. Because if I ask the question, they'll come out with some kind of stupid little narrative. Oh, we're vaccinated. Oh, yeah, you're vaccinated? Show me your card then. Bunch of bullshit if you ask me, folks. Check this out.
And darling, Florida is on fire right now with COVID cases. 13 school employees have died in this just past 3 weeks in Miami-Dade County alone. Now, a judge just blocked the ban on mask mandates by Governor DeSantis, who says he'll fight this. The masks, I thought, were there to protect the vulnerable kids.
You think?
Who, can't get the vaccination, because if you're 12 and under, you can't get the vaccination. So why wouldn't parents want to do everything to keep everybody's kids safe? Why is this still...
He's putting his political ambitions ahead of the safety of children. It's as simple as that, really.
It is, yeah.
And the way I see it, he should be criminally liable for that. Absolutely. You are actually committing negligent homicide when people die on your watch.
Well, normally Republicans want smaller government, so I always find it interesting that he wants to make mandates for other companies and public sector to have no masks. Like, I'm going to decide for everyone. Mm-hmm. But right now, we're also seeing a major spike in kids.
Yes.
And
turn this shit off. Turn it off. You know what? You want me to say my point now? You know who should be liable for criminal negligence? You and everybody on that show for putting your audience at risk. Yeah, because is anyone in that audience wearing a mask? Are they are they more than 6 feet apart from one another? I doubt it. Show the audience. Yeah. Oh, slow down, Mike? I don't want to slow down because I'm pissed the fuck off. Okay, because we're living in a country that's changing into a socialist country. It's not about health. It's not about safety. It's about political narratives. It's about control. That's what this is about, folks. control over its people. The masks that they have people wearing is to silence your view and your liberties, folks. That's what the masks are for. It's not about your safety. It's not about your health. It's about control. Okay? That's what it's about. Why don't you say the real truth? It's bullshit. That's what it is, folks. It's all bull crap. It's terrible what's going on. Terrible. It's getting out of control, folks. Literally getting out of control. When we'll go back to normalcy in this country is on me. But you see what's going on, folks, right? There was an article here that I seen just a few days ago that really got to my attention on just what's literally going on in the world today. And I want to basically plug it into today's show. I got to find it first, folks, first, because this is very interesting. And it clearly shows you just what COVID is doing. It's literally literally, what's the words? I'm getting tongue twister here. We're seeing a depopulation. There we go. Sometimes you talk, you get tongue twisters here. We're seeing a depopulation in the world through COVID, and it's really surprising. Well, it's not surprising in my book, but we're seeing literally a just an historic chain of events going on. I'm trying to find the video. I can't find the video at this point. I do apologize for that, but I'll plug in as much information as possible from this earlier video that I seen. It was a YouTube video of just what's going on with COVID, and it's showing countries of the United States currently right now an estimate of over 300 million in the population today. I could be off a little bit, but that's an estimate, rough estimate. By 2025, they're showing a population of 100 million. That's a big decrease right there. They're showing another decrease of population in the UK of 60 million of a decrease. Folks, that's 2025, right? That's a short 3.5, 4 years from now. Okay? And this is all linked to COVID. I want to plug in a video here, folks. Do we find it? Okay. The real truth about coronavirus. Here it is right here. I'm going to plug a little bit into it, folks, because this is important. And this is what needs to be literally, what needs to be explained here. That now, this is from a doctor, folks, that 30% of us are living in a delusion. Yeah, you got to check this out here. Let's plug it in here. Producer Josh, just a little bit in here. Show the listeners just like truly what's going on. Okay, because this is important stuff. And, the mainstream media, they're not going to report on this. I know they're not. I don't think anybody's reporting on this, to be honest with you. I mean, this is like jaw-breaking stuff, and this is what needs to be explained. I mean, literally, we're living through a depopulation of the planet right now, and it's crazy. Check this out, guys.
Hey guys, check this out.
Yeah, check this out. Okay, here it is right here.
Make sure that the host coughs and spreads the virus to its next host. And as long as the host is alive and coughing, that's the best thing a virus can ask for. Simplistically, all of us here, living creatures, are basically here to make copies of ourselves, to reproduce. And as I talk about in the plant paradox, once you make copies, you're in a way, you've done your job, and you ought to get out of the way and don't let your kids and grandchildren take over. Part of the problem with this particular virus is it's a cousin of the common cold, and it's actually because it behaves like the common cold in terms of its infectivity that makes it so mischievous. By that I mean, for instance, a lot of discussion, particularly in the United States, was, well, in the United States, between 20,000 and 60,000 people a year die of the flu. And early on in this coronavirus crisis, people said, well, why are we getting so upset? Because we accept that 20 to 60,000 people every year are going to die of the flu, and we don't socially distance, we don't isolate, and why should we this time? And I think the important thing for people to realize is that the flu, while certainly deadly, is not nearly as infectious, number one, as this COVID-19. And the flu has a very short incubation time. Usually within 48 hours of exposure, if you're going to develop the flu, you know it. And you know it quite dramatically, headaches, fevers, you want to go to bed, you don't want to move. And so you know when you have the flu, and quite frankly, most people, when they have the flu, aren't out about spreading it. I've been an intensivist for over 40 years, and we, in 40 years in the United States, with major flus, H1N1, other major flus, never overwhelmed our ability to ventilate patients. We never overwhelmed our ICUs. Yeah, we got busy, certainly, but we never overwhelmed our ability to ventilate patients with the flu. With the coronavirus, the problem is we're beginning to realize that many people have been infected with this, and they have a mild illness or don't even have any symptoms. Very much like many people who catch a cold, think it's an allergy, or, I just got the sniffles and that's about it. And this has been hitting, particularly in the United States, during allergy season when trees are beginning to bloom. So this virus is infective like the common cold, unlike the flu. And you can have this long period of time before you actually may show symptoms. So rather than a 2-day period of time for flu symptoms, you may go 7 to 10 days before you may start exhibiting symptoms. So there's this huge period of time where people have been walking around unknowing that they're spreading this virus. And the second thing, and I think we'll get into that, is that this virus, unlike the flu, in susceptible people, has just a horrible, what's called a cytokine storm in the lungs that the flu doesn't do. And that's why so many people have ended up on ventilators. And once this process starts, at the moment, we don't have a good treatment to stop it, except for trying to wait it out by having people on ventilators. So the virus wants us to make copies and wants you to spread them. So the virus doesn't want to kill you. That would be really stupid. If you're dead, the virus can't spread. So the cytokine storm, as we see it right now, is your immune system overreacting to this viral infection in actually the lower parts of the lungs. And this has a very typical appearance on X-ray. It's not like bacterial pneumonias that we're used to dealing with. And it's this intense inflammatory reaction against the virus. And the whole idea of, clamping down on civil liberties goes actually against human nature. But one of the things that particularly the Brits know how to do from the World War II experience is, in fact, follow rules that are draconian to save your lives. And America to a lesser extent, but I think because of the Greatest Generation, we do have a shared experience where if you're asked to follow the rules, we're pretty doggone good at following rules. Okay, let's suppose we hit a peak and we start going down, and we do allow people to mingle. There is some suggestion, particularly out of Singapore, that we will see a new peak as people who were assumed to be uninfected anymore are still infected. And just this morning, speaking with a virologist, they are beginning to worry that this particular virus mutates very rapidly, like the common cold rapidly mutates. Here's the deal. Obviously everybody wants a vaccine, and that'd be a wonderful thing, but you have to step back for a second and realize there is no vaccine to the common cold. And we could build a vaccine to the common cold, but in 2 months that virus would mutate and we'd be at it again. We can build a vaccine to influenza, flu, but as all of us know, that virus mutates about once a year. And so we're almost always a year behind with the current flu virus. So imagine, and I'm not saying it's going to, but imagine if this virus, which is a cousin of the common cold, mutates like the common cold. And then all these projections are sadly much lower than what may happen. So there's two things that can happen. If it's a seasonal virus, we're going to get a break, but that means it's probably going to be back next fall and winter.
You see, I stopped it right there because, this video is like almost 3 hours, and I just don't have 3 hours to plug it into my show. And, you could see, folks, what this doctor is truly getting at. Okay? Brilliant doctor. I've been following his work on YouTube for quite some time now. Really good source of knowledge and information coming out of this doctor. Dr. Gondry basically just narrates the truth, the real truth about coronavirus. Folks, they can come out with vaccines and types of, medical types of stuff and everything else. But folks, that's not the answer. That's not the cure. Because just like the common cold, there's no vaccine for it. Okay? We figured that out with influenza, which usually happens after the common cold. Okay? There's no middle part of it, folks. There's no end of it. Because viruses always mutate. And, that's why they don't know what to do. It's driving the radical left nuts. Because they'll come out with a vaccine, and then they'll say, oh, you got to take another vaccine. And then you got to take a booster, and then another booster, and another booster. And you know why they're coming out with the boosters? Because they're realizing that the coronavirus is made up of a family of viruses and bacteria. It's going to constantly mutate, folks. It's going to constantly mutate into another type of virus. That vaccine only can control the virus that it was designed to control. It can't control the other variant and other variants that will come out. They're going to constantly mutate. The only thing that can fight off bacteria or viruses or other deadly diseases is your natural antibodies in your body, which are called lipnoids, okay? Everyone has them in your body. In order to keep those healthy is to keep your body healthy. Your body is like a machine, folks, a constant machine that's constantly running. If you keep your machine looking like crap, then what's going to happen, folks? Common sense is going to kick in, and you're going to feel like crap, right? That's how people are vulnerable to diseases and viruses. When they don't keep themselves healthy naturally, they fall and break down. It's like a car. It's like a machine. I've said this time after time, folks. I don't think we need it to be explained by politicians, by doctors and scientists at the CDC. I think as common sense adults or individuals, we understand how to keep our bodies healthy. Okay? The more drugs, the more medication you put in your body, the more you are weakening your natural antibodies, your natural immune system. Your immune system was built for a purpose, folks. It was built to control the amount of bad bacteria versus the good bacteria. What's bad and what's good, I'll get into that right now, okay? Because we're running short on time and I want to get into this before we lose the track of time. Folks, you have good bacteria, you have bad bacteria, okay? Good bacteria you need in your body to fight off the bacteria, which is bad, that does not belong in your body, which is the virus from common colds, flus, and others that come into your body from other infectious individuals or other subjects, okay? Now, this is going back to what I was just mentioning before. If you keep your body unhealthy, meaning that you're eating not correctly, you're not exercising, you're not taking vitamins, all that literally plays a risk on how you keep your immune system at its peak of where it belongs. Now, if you're not doing any of those things I just mentioned, you're going to get sick every single day. You're going to be a very unhealthy person. Okay? That is what the media, the far left, and the rest of the politicians in this country are leaving out. They're just giving you the fear-mongering, the literally the message or the narrative that they want you to listen to. They're not giving you the true medical research of what you're supposed to know. Okay? It's very easily to manipulate somebody when they don't know the truth behind something. Okay? Manipulation 101. Okay? I'll have to go into a podcast or an episode of Manipulation 101 to teach everybody about manipulation. Okay? Because that's what's going on in this country, folks. Manipulation. Okay? It's control over its people. Okay? We are not a country that is supposed to be like that. And we're clearly seeing that right now. Okay, folks? I'm going to close it out by saying, okay, never give up. Okay? This pandemic, okay, is really starting to get me down, and I'm sure it's starting to get you down. Okay? I can't live in a world where freedoms are constantly being taken away, which we're seeing now. You can't even get up and travel where you want to go now. Okay? We are in a different type of country. This is turning into a third world country. And if it gets much worse than this, then that's pretty much it, folks. Your freedoms and your liberties are gone forever. And it's going to be very hard to get them back. In other words, this whole pandemic was to collapse our economy. It was used to collapse our character, our personalities. Rule of thumb, folks, don't trust any of these politicians. And I mean any of the politicians where they are taking us now. The only parasite that is actually trying to kill us, its host, are our governments. Okay? That's the real parasite. This radical left. Remember I said that. Never give up your rights, no matter what they perceive or how they threaten us. Fear gives tyrants control. Remember those words, folks. Fear. Fear always gives the tyrants the control over its subjects, meaning us. Never give up. Never surrender. that good fight. Because that good fight in the long term, folks, will be the ultimate outcome, which will win us this war that we are facing every single day in this country from the radical left. We the people, remember that, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.